Last time, I said the new Lego Batman looked dangerously close to Arkham with Lego paint. But the more I think about it, the more I think that might not be the insult. That might be the strategy. Because let's be real, if you are making a Batman game in 2026, you are not walking around Arkham's legacy. You are walking through it. The second Batman glides off a rooftop, counters a thug, throws a batarang, sneaks through the shadows, hops into the Batmobile, and starts cleaning up Gotham, everyone's brain goes to Rocksteady. That's not fair. But it is reality. Arkham didn't just make good Batman games. Arkham basically taught an entire generation what playing as Batman is supposed to feel like. So now Lego Batman has a brutal job. It cannot just be cute. It cannot just be funny. It cannot just say, look, extra suits. This game is stepping into the Batcave of one of the greatest superhero game series ever made, and now it has to prove it belongs there. And here's the thing, Lego Batman is not accidentally walking into this comparison. It is kicking the door open. Open world Gotham, gliding, gadgets, stealth, combos, vehicles, detective work, a darker Batman fantasy with Lego humor on top. That is not a small wink at Arkham. That is a full bat signal pointed directly at Rocksteady. And honestly, I don't hate it. Batman games should learn from Arkham. Arkham made Batman feel fast, smart, dangerous, and terrifying. Every rooftop felt like an invitation. Every room full of enemies felt like a puzzle. Every Predator section made you feel like the monster in the dark. So if Lego Batman wants to borrow that blueprint, fine. Borrow it. Steal the good homework. But here's the trap. When you build next to a masterpiece, people do not just ask, is this fun? They ask, why should this exist next to that? That is the fight Lego Batman is walking into. The combat is where this game either earns respect or gets cooked immediately. Because if this is just Arkham combat, but easier, safer, softer, and with little plastic clicky noises, then yeah, people are going to call it a clone. And honestly, they would not be completely wrong. But Lego gives this game a cheat code Arkham never had. Creativity, chaos, stupidity. The kind of stupidity that can actually make a game better. Let me build something mid-fight. Let me turn the environment into a weapon. Let Robin solve a fight differently than Batman. Let Nightwing move with a totally different rhythm. Let Catwoman feel slippery. Let Batgirl actually change the pace. Let the Lego part matter. Because that is the difference. If the game is just Arkham but smaller, it loses. If the game is Arkham rebuilt with Lego imagination, then suddenly we have something interesting. It does not need to out-Arkham Arkham. That is a losing battle. It needs to do the one thing Arkham could never do. Be playful without feeling cheap. And this is where Lego Batman has to be careful. Because yes, Batman fans love suits, Batmobiles, extra characters, villains, and deep-cut references. But Arkham already had skins. Arkham already had fan service. Arkham already had those "oh, that's sick" moments. So Lego Batman cannot just show up with more costumes and act like that. Puts it on the same level. Skins are not gameplay. A big roster is not automatically depth. For this to work, the extras have to change how the game feels. Nightwing should not feel like Blue Batman. Robin should not feel like Mini Batman. Catwoman should not just be Batman with claws. That is the difference between a toy box and a real game. Because the real question is not whether Lego Batman has cool stuff. It probably does. The question is whether that cool stuff makes the game feel different. If this is just Arkham with Lego paint, people will smell it fast. But if it uses Arkham as the blueprint and builds something fun, weird, charming, and fresh on top of it, then maybe it is not the Arkham clone we did not ask for. Maybe it is the Arkham homage that actually makes sense. So is Lego Batman about to honor the Arkham legacy or get crushed by it?